once in a while I catch myself making a mistake that, when I think about it, illuminates some principle of education. That was Gracie shaking. Don't distract me. So that happened just yesterday. Let me give you the setup. So I had asked my kids a few weeks ago to do a paper on some myth or legend, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, the Bermuda Triangle. And in that paper they were supposed to describe the evidence that's offered for these beasts or phenomena. And then they were supposed to show in what way the evidence is discredited, to show what evidence is lacking, and then to propose more plausible explanations for what's actually going on with these myths and legends. So it was a fun paper. They were excited about the topic, and part of the idea, the source of the idea for the topic, was a class that I took in college called pseudoscience. It was my favorite class in my entire college experience. It was really fascinating, very rigorous in its demands of logical thinking, and I loved the professor. So when I went back to Texas just a few weeks ago, I decided to go. First found out whether that professor was still teaching 15 years later, and in fact he was. Same class, same time slot, same day. And so I told my students I would bring the few best papers to him, and that I would ask him to give his evaluation of the papers, which he happily agreed to do. So just yesterday I received those papers from him in the mail. And I felt an initial disappointment when I read his comments. And my disappointment was that he hadn't really addressed the quality of their writing, hadn't gone into much detail about what he thought was good about these papers, but instead made some cursory comment about that and then went on to discuss the issue with them, essentially. He wrote a paragraph or a few paragraphs of his thoughts about that issue. So I felt initially disappointed that they weren't being praised for their accomplishment with these papers. And then I realized what a mistake that was. I am the one who's advocating making school not about performance, but about knowledge. Making it not about satisfying requirements and being congratulated and praised and given A's for them, but about the joy of understanding the material. So if I'm going to be consistent, I should be happy that he made only a cursory comment about the quality and then engage them in a dialogue about it. And honestly, which of those is more flattering? Going into great detail about, oh, you did this well, or you understand this topic so well and show such mastery of something that's important to me as it must be important to you because I can see it reflected in your writing. So let's talk about this. Let's share our enthusiasm for this subject. So in fact, I'm very happy that that's the approach he took, and I'm happy for the reminder that school is not about praise, it's not about grades, it's not about performance, it's about mastery of knowledge and understanding of the material. And any way we can use to reinforce that is great.